Let's talk about trusting yourself again. This is a topic that needs to be talked about a little more because when you're healing, when you're on your self-love journey, when you're rediscovering who you are, when you're stepping into a newer version of yourself, we must talk about trusting yourself again. So the other day we talked about forgiving yourself. So after you've forgiven yourself, now it's time to rebuild trust in yourself again. So every experience that we encounter or have is meant to help us grow at a soul level. We're meant to learn from the past and take that wisdom and apply it to our present and future. Now, it's not always easy, but that's where building trust with self again comes into play. So I'm going to provide you with 3 ways of how to trust yourself again. Number 1, write a list of all of your past accomplishments, all of your past decisions that led to a greater outcome or a positive outcome. Anytime you're met with a big decision, I want you to take out that list and read over that list of the past decisions that you made that ended up having a favorable outcome. So if you were able to do it then you are able to do it now. So this way you are building your trust and you're trusting yourself in your decision making. So as you continue to do that, you are strengthening your ability to know thyself and your intuition. I got this technique from a therapist. So this is something that I want to challenge you and myself to do moving forward. So number 2 is to address your inner critic. Now we all have an inner critic. That inner critic is something that is not going to go away. Your inner critic is meant to challenge you anytime you're trying to step out of your comfort zone, and it can make you doubt yourself. So what you want to do is you want to address your inner critic because ultimately it's trying to keep you safe. So you want to address your inner critic with compassion and kindness and in a loving way. So for me personally, I speak to my inner critic with a word of endearment. So you can give your inner critic a name. Sometimes I say, sis, we got this. It's all good. Sometimes I say, baby. Sometimes I'm like, it's okay. It's okay, Jamesia. Your inner critic really wants to keep you safe, but you want to calm the inner critic down and lower the voice of the inner critic and increase your decision making and increase your trust and your confidence within yourself. That's the ultimate goal. Speak to your inner critic and let your inner critic know that everything is going to be okay, and overcome that inner critic by meeting your inner critic with compassion. Number 3 is to maintain boundaries with yourself. Now, we can talk about creating boundaries with everyone else around us in our life, but I believe that the most important boundary that you can set is with yourself. You want to honor your boundaries because creating boundaries with yourself is going to increase your self-respect and it's going to increase your self-trust in yourself by maintaining those boundaries, by doing what you said that you're going to do, by holding yourself accountable, by following through on those goals and tasks that you set for yourself. Now you're increasing your self-respect, you are increasing your confidence, and most importantly, you are trusting yourself again. Because if you can do what you said that you're going to do, then you are building that self-trust over and over again. These are different techniques that will help you build self-trust, and these are things that I am doing myself and will do with you, okay? Like I said, we are in this thing together. There's some areas your good sis is on lock. Some areas your good sis need to improve and strengthen. And these techniques are going to help us strengthen our self-trust in those different areas. So, yeah, so that's all I got. TTYL.